In this video, we react to a man that accidentally killed someone with one punch.
I was out with my friends on a night out. It was one of my friend's 18th birthdays. We were just out all day drinking. Another weekend out, really. And then as the night wears on and you get a bit more drunk, I got separated from my friends because as the clubs closed on that night, I got some calls from my friends who I got separated with who were in another bar causing trouble, which I didn't know. And they would ring me up and say, "Oh, Jacob, it's kicking off. You need to come and back us up." So me being the, 18, 19-year-old I was back then, I only cared about my friend. And so I went running down to the scene and didn't ask my friend, what's going on? Why are you lot getting into an altercation for? Why are you lot causing drama? Or try and de-escalate the situation and tell them to keep moving on. I sadly took it upon myself to get involved and threw a punch at the guy that my mate was arguing with, and he fell on the floor.
Now this should teach you guys, violence isn't always the answer to everything. I mean, he's literally killed someone over some shit that was nothing to do with him. Just backing up his mates, and he's gone and thrown a punch at someone, and he's ended up killing them.
The days after that, my friends came round the next day, knocked on the door. I answered at the window, and their response was, "Yes, Jacob, your punch man knocked him out one punch," like trying to praise me for what I did. Then a couple of days later, after we come back from that holiday, the police started raiding me and all my friends' house, and this was a month after that punch. And then that's when it started to become a reality that someone had actually passed away because of my actions a month earlier.
Fucking hell. Now, what I'm trying to figure out, how hard was this punch? Obviously, he's drunk. I don't think he purposefully meant to kill someone with this punch, but that must have been one strong-ass punch he threw. But I think it's crazy to know that he went a whole month, thought it was just a punch, when in reality, he had murdered someone. He was just out living his life in Tenerife.
Do you remember when and where did you first hear that James, the guy who you hit, died?
When I handed myself in at the police station, the police had called my mum's landline number, and they said, "Don't worry, nothing to worry about, just following up on an investigation. Can you come and hand yourself in at the police station?" I'd known some of my friends were being arrested at the time, but wasn't 100% sure what for or anything. And so, yeah, when I went and handed myself in at the police station, that's when they first told me that they were arresting me. At the time, they were arresting me on suspicion of murder.
To be fair, that's quite wild. He's probably confused himself on why he's being arrested for murder, not knowing that he's actually killed someone.
I guess at that time I also felt unfortunate. I felt like, why has this happened to me? Out of everybody that goes around throwing punches, why did mine have to have the impact that it did?
What he just said there was actually quite deep. I'm just thinking this whole video is gonna deter me from ever punching someone ever again. Knowing that I can kill someone just from one single punch, that is wild.
How much did you know about the guy who had passed away?
I think I just knew the very basics, that he was 28 and I think he was training to be a paramedic.
That one hits home as well, because training to be a paramedic, so his future was gonna be saving people's lives. His life has just ended from someone throwing a punch at him. Imagine how many lives this guy could have saved in the potential near future. And it's all just been wasted just because of some stupid argument, some stupid moment that happened whilst they were drunk.
What was the court hearing like?
The court hearing was, it was packed. I didn't know who was in there. There was random people from off the street who had managed to get in there, who were just being nosy. There was some of my family in there, people who I didn't know, journalists. And then obviously I was told that, the family of the person who passed away was also in the room. So I think what I did is I put my head down, looked at the floor for the entire...
That's fucked up, having to face the family, knowing that you've murdered this person's son or cousin or brother, and then facing them. That's terrible, man.
I was sentenced to, it was 13 months.
Is that it? For murder, he's only got 2.5 years. What do you guys think? Is that fair or is that not fair? Again, it was accidental though. I don't think that's fair though. 2.5 years. Should get longer.
The probation officer kind of wrote to the judge in the pre-sentence report, just saying that she felt the longer that I was probably in prison, the more unhelpful it may have been.
I guess that explains why he didn't get that long.
Once they were told that they couldn't keep me in prison for longer, they explored what other options they had. One of those options was to actually communicate with me and speak to me.
I think this type of stuff, when it's not purposeful murder, that really these people should get help. Because obviously I know for a fact he's traumatized from this incident that's happened. He didn't mean to do it. He didn't have intentions to murder someone with this one punch. He was just, I guess, wanted to defend his friend. But then again, he has taken away someone's life.
I'm always going to be processing. Some people would say that that's my sentence, really.
That is true. This is something he's going to have to live with throughout his whole life, is the feeling of guilt. Put some family through all this unnecessary trauma that wasn't needed. So he's going to have to live with that, and I do understand how he's feeling. But let me know in the comments below, do you think it's fair that he should get a short sentence, but then get people to communicate with him? Or do you think he should just be locked up for a long time because he has committed murder after all? What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments.